It was a big Easter for Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs as they pick up a commitment from one of the top pass rushers, not only in Georgia, but across the South for the 2023 class. I'm talking about Gabriel Harris. Was at Thomas County Central. Now he's at Valdosta. I think he's a top 10 player in the state of Georgia for his class. On the edge, 6'4", about 240 pounds, can really get after the quarterback and to bring the Bulldog defense even more pass rushers for the future. But this is a guy who I've seen twice now in camps. Haven't seen him in a Friday night performance, but he looks the part. He's got some muscle on him. He's long, but more importantly, he's athletic. He's one of the more athletic edge defenders in the state that I've seen. Can jump out of the building, always stands out. Again, I saw him at the Atlanta Under Armour camp for the past 2 seasons. And the last time I saw him back in February, he was one of the top performers there. Only had a couple reps, but won both of them with ease, and it's easy to see why Georgia went after him. There's a lot of talented edge defenders across the country, in the South, and in Georgia, and they're in a position where they can almost pick and choose which guys they want. And there are a ton of targets out there nationally, and this is a guy that they thought so much of that, they said, hey, we want to keep him in the state. This is one of our top guys. I think across the board, he's a top 100 player in the country. And again, you have to have pass rushers. We saw what Georgia did last year with one of the best defenses we've seen of all time lead them to a championship. And it's because they got after the quarterback. Gabriel Harris is a guy who can do that. He's too quick for offensive linemen around the edge. He's strong enough to beat them inside. He can take on a double team, get around it. There's a number of ways where he gets to the quarterback. A lot of it is just quickness off the ball. But he makes a lot of plays, and when you turn on the film, it's easy to see why he's ranked so high. So he's not the tallest guy that I've seen in person, but he does have some length to him. He already looks like an SEC defender, and he's only going to get better. So the film is violent. He uses his hands. He gets off blocks. He makes an impact when he gets to the ball carrier or the quarterback, and he can chase him down. He runs well for his size, and again, he chose Georgia over, Florida State, Auburn. I believe there were a lot of teams that were coming hard after him. But at the end of the day, if Georgia wants a kid from South Georgia, right, that's where Kirby Smart's from. If they want a kid from Valdosta or Bainbridge and really push for them, even though they didn't get Deion Bowie last year, I think the staff was okay with that. But when you go get a South Georgia kid and you recruit him, more often than not, Georgia's going to land that guy. And Gabriel Harris is one who decided that there's no reason to go out of state, and when a team like Georgia pushes for you and makes you a priority, it definitely means a lot because, again, they can go out and get almost anyone they can, and they're going to end up signing an excellent defensive line class and edge class. I mean, they're still in the running for Jaden Wayne, a 5-star from Washington who was in Athens this past weekend. I've got a big story up on him already over on Dog Post where he gave me some quotes about why Georgia stands out to him. He's one of the nation's best. Tamarian Parker, top 100 player in the country. I think Alabama leads for him out of Phoenix City. Georgia leads for him out of Alabama. And they're in the running for Xavier Hardy, another kid out of Macon that is high on Georgia. Vic Burley, another guy who can probably move inside, but I think he could start out on the edge. Quay Russaw, another kid from Alabama, one of the top 50 players in the country. I think a lot of people have told me they think Georgia leads for him too. So they can miss on a few guys and still have an incredible class on the edge because it is so deep, not only in the South, but nationally. And Gabriel Harris is definitely one of those guys. Again, it's going to be tough for guys to play early on at Georgia because they're just building depth over and over again with each class. So I'm not trying to say that this is a guy who could make a big impact early on as a freshman. Michael Williams, Trayvon Walker, those guys could do it, and I think we'll see some of Michael Williams this year as a freshman. But going forward, it's going to be built with veterans, guys who have been here for a while, guys that have had to sit on the bench and wait their turn, who are playing in their 3rd and 4th years. So it's going to be hard to break through as a freshman, especially on the edge with the guys they have. So Harris is a guy who might have to sit a little bit, but maybe help on special teams early on. But he's one of the best pass rushers in the state. There's no doubt about that. You turn on the film, and I think Georgia fans are going to get really excited. So his explosion off the ball, the guy just lives in the backfield, knows how to tackle. He doesn't miss a lot of sacks, and his film is just 8 minutes of getting after the quarterback, running down the ball carrier, laying licks. He's got that South Georgia toughness. It's just a different breed of kids down there. He's all about business, and he's ready to get after it. So this is he plays like a Bulldog for sure. There's no doubt about that off the edge. And again, this is a guy that Georgia targeted early on. They were able to land him, and that starts a big, first get along the defensive line. He's the first defensive line commitment in the class. They now have 8 hard commitments. Bo Hughley, 4-star offensive tackle from Langston Hughes. Marcus Washington, Georgia legacy, one of the faster players in the entire state. Long, athletic defensive back, 4-star there. He's the top 100 kid. Pierce Spurlin, athletic pass-catching tight end from Florida on the commit list. And Gabe Harris, Raymond Cottrell, 4-star receiver. Lawson Lucky, 4-star tight end. This is already one of the best 2023 classes in the in the country. And I expect it to be another top 5, probably top 3 class if they continue to get the guys that they are prioritizing, like Gabriel Harris and others. So another in-state kid, another guy who can get after the passer, and one that Georgia fans, I think, should be really excited about. Gabriel Harris, he's got the size, quickness, playmaking ability, and he is staying in-state, committed to the Georgia Bulldogs on Easter this past weekend. He'll take his official visit, I believe, in June, and that's it. No more visits. I don't think he's hearing calls from anyone else. He is a Bulldog, and it'll be interesting to see how he does now that he's at a place like Valdosta. So I'm expecting a big senior season from him. He's on the commit list. Again, top 10 player in the state. Gabriel Harris out of Valdosta committed to play for Georgia. Guys, thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned to the next one that should be coming up right now, and I will see y'all over on Dog Post.